So this idea just kind of came to me over the past couple weeks. I thought, how would I do a Batman show? For no reason at all. I just thought of it, and I just thought I'd make a video of it. Okay, let me start by saying I am by no means the best writer in the world. I suck at writing. This is just me giving you like the general idea of what I would have, like the basic points of what I would do if I had a Batman show. Not everything, because I can't write that well. I'm not Nightwing 01 or Troy Boy 17 after all. Those guys are gods when it comes to writing. This is just me having fun showing you what I would do if I had a Batman show. So, in my head when I thought of this, I thought of 10 seasons. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna tell you what I would do if I had 10 seasons of Batman to play around with. Okay, let's start it off simple. Batman's costume for the first season. I was thinking of something like the Arkham Origins outfit, just because that seems to be a bit realistic of what he would have if he started out. Maybe the Insurgency costume from Injustice Gods Among Us, because that also looks pretty realistic. But I don't know, I think the Arkham Origins costume just speaks to me more. So that's what he would probably wear for Season 1. So if I did do a Season 1, it would mostly be based off Batman Year 1, because it's in the title, Year 1, Season 1, yeah. So that's what I would do. And the basic point of Season 1 is Batman is trying to take down the corrupt cops and officials that are in Gotham currently. And the one running all this would be Black Mask. Now when I thought of Black Mask, I thought of like how the Kingpin was in the Spider-Man 90 show, how he's like running everything but like behind the desk and all that. That's how I thought of Black Mask to be in this season. So in this season, Black Mask would hire some people to take down Batman because he doesn't want the guy ruining his businesses and all that. So he would hire KG Beast, Copperhead, the original Copperhead, Sportsmaster, and Firefly to take down Batman. And of course Batman would beat them over the episodes they were in. So that's basically Season 1 in a nutshell. Nothing too big, just Batman taking down some of the corrupt cops and officials. And of course the main corrupt people we'll see is Commissioner Loeb and Brendan, who are kind of like spearheading the police force who are joining Black Mask sort of thing. And we'll also see Commissioner Gordon, though he's not Commissioner. He's what's below Commissioner? Is it Lieutenant? I think it's Lieutenant. Not Captain. He's not Captain. I think Lieutenant. Lieutenant Gordon. That's what he is in this season. So he does not like Batman at all. That's one of the things he has in common with most of these corrupt cops. The hatred for Batman. Just because he doesn't... I mean... How would you feel if some guy in a costume went around punching criminals in the face? I mean, let's be honest here. So that's really all I have for Season 1. Nothing too big in my mind for that one. Okay, so start off Season 2, I would say the plot of this one is Batman's taking down most of the corrupt cops and officials by the beginning of this season. So during Season 1, you know, take down those cops and politicians. And now he's ready to full on go up against Black Mask. But we still have Commissioner Loeb and Brendan there. And they're going to be causing a bit of a problem for our Dark Knight. And this season, I want to have Gordon and Batman's relationship, like, you know, like the partnership they have kind of start. I think that'd be cool. I want to introduce Penguin as, what was he, like the guns dealer, you know, gives guns to whoever pays him. That's what I want Penguin to be. So Black Mask The last episode with Black Mask would be Batman taking down Black Mask. But Black Mask has a bit of an insurance. He's hired Deadshot to take down Batman. So Batman will of course have to take down Deadshot, and then he'll beat Black Mask, send him to prison. He won't get Penguin though. I want Penguin to escape. You know, because we're gonna need Penguin later. I mean, come on now. So then, by the end of the season, you know, Batman takes down Loeb, Brendan, all those guys. They're gone. So the big thing I had this season, like to end season 2 of the show, would be Bruce is in the Batcave. Alfred says, you know, you've been working too hard, and he gives him tickets to the Haley Circus. So Bruce goes to the circus, and wouldn't you know what's main eventing? But the Flying Graysons. And, well, we know the story of the Flying Graysons, don't we? They die, except for their son, Dick. Yep. We're introduced Dick Grayson, because Robin's supposed to be introduced in year 3 of Batman. So, you know, this is kind of our year 3 of Batman, in a way, the end of year 2 of Batman, so it kind of works, you know? So to start off season 3, I would have the first episode be like the Robin origin. You know, the whole Batman, Bruce Wayne takes Dick Grayson in. Grayson finds out he's Batman. Grayson wants revenge on Tony Zuko, who killed his parents. Bruce agrees, gets the Robin name and costume, and there we go. Now Dick is about 9, I believe, 8 or 9 at this time. I think he was 9. So we're not going to have him be 9 the entire season. No, this is where the show changes. We're going to have some time skips here, because we can't do a lot. He's going to be 9, and then 10, and then 11, and then 12. It doesn't work. So for this to work, we're going to have some time skips over the next couple episodes. Like, one episode he's 10, then he's 13, or something like that. Because I want to get this going. So, this season is basically just Batman Robin team-up stories. That's all this is. So the villains I had in mind were Scarecrow, Joker, Penguin, Intro to Harley Quinn, Catwoman, and Mr. Freeze. So that's really what all I can see as our villains for this season. And you can mention like Riddler, Two-Face. I would like Harvey Dent to have been featured in season 2 as Harvey Dent. And then maybe mention him in like the first episode with Robin, but he's Two-Face now. Maybe we get a flashback to his origin in an episode. That's all I really had in mind for season 3 though. And I'd say the oldest we can put Dick Grayson here is about 15, I would say. Maybe like 15, yeah. So for season 4, this is the intro to Batgirl, Barbara Gordon. Barbara is gonna be like 15, Dick's age, hence why the most we could do Dick was 15 in the last season. So I want Barbara's introduction to be like how it was before, how she's not immediately part of the Bat family. She's on her own trying to impress Batman. And Robin doesn't like her. He doesn't. He's like, what the hell does she think she's doing? She's not part of this. You know, Robin and Batgirl, they hate each other, and Batman's, you know, playing peacekeeper between the two. So this season is Batman and Robin doing stories, you know, solving a case, and then Batgirl shows up. At times, I would have a time she ruins what they're doing, like they're about to do it, and then she shows up and ruins it, or at other times she solves it for them. You know, gotta get the mix match. So I want the end of this season to have the last episode, Batman encounters the League of Shadows, League of Assassins, whatever you want to call them. They invite him over to fight Ra's al Ghul or whatever. And he tells Robin, you're going to work with Batgirl to keep the city safe because I'm not going to be here. And Robin's protesting, like, what the hell, why would I do that? Batgirl's also pretty pissed because she's not even part of the Bat family at this point, but she wants to impress Batman, so she goes along with it, and Robin, well, he goes along with it because he's Robin. He's got no choice in the matter. So I would have Batgirl and Robin bond. in this episode. Like, this is when Batgirl and Robin stop hating each other and can start to be friends, partners. So have them face some nobody villain. Who's a nobody villain I can think of at the top of my head who they could fight? Have them fight the Calculator. Or Calculator Man. Who's like, I don't know what his... I guess like he'd be like some sort of calculating guy, math guy. I mean, in my head, I would have them like rob a bank, have a hostage, Robin and Batgirl show up, and he asks them like a hard mathematical question. If they get it wrong, he shoots the person in the head. I mean, that's pretty threatening in a way, right? In a way. So yeah, they beat the Calculator, they bond. Robin goes like, hey, you ain't half that bad. She goes, I'm not that half bad. You're not that bad yourself, and all that. And maybe they revealed, I don't know. I don't think they should reveal their identities right now. Not at the moment, no. But anyway, back to Batman. Batman does he bursts through the League of Assassins place or something, kicks the crap out of a bunch of ninjas. Then he comes face to face with Ra's al Ghul, who has both Nyssa and Talia on his side. And he tells Batman, oh, I've heard a lot about you, and I want to see what you're made of. Maybe you could be my successor. And Batman goes like, why would I be your successor? You kill people. Like, you got a group of ninjas here. And Ra's al Ghul says, something about the lines of, I've been on this world for too long, my time is at its end, whatever. So Bruce is like, yeah, whatever I can do to get the hell out of here. So he and Ra's al Ghul have a fight on the icy mountain, like the Arrow episodes. Like that episode. That's what I would have. They're still like, take off the shirts and all that. Batman keeps the mask on though. Just because I think that'd be... I don't know why. I find that funny. Just Bruce shirtless as Batman with the mask on. I don't know why that's funny to me. So they do the whole thing where Ra's al Ghul kicks Batman's ass and throws him off the cliff. And that's like the cliffhanger for Season 4. So for Season 5, we're going to pick off, I would say, maybe 3-4 months after the end of Season 4. So Bruce is wounded at the bottom of that icy mountain. He's been having to survive by his lonesome. Oh, poor Brucey. And he slowly started to climb the mountain over time. It's been a slow process because I got to kick the crap out of him. He's been slashed with swords and stuff like that. But he's surviving. He's killing like wolves he comes across on this big mountain or whatever. And he's slowly, starting to... He has like a wolf hair like cloak over him or something like that to keep himself warm from the icy, cold snowness. And meanwhile in Gotham, Batgirl and Robin, they're doing a pretty okay job. Like it says, Batgirl and Robin have stopped Scarecrow, they've stopped the Riddler, they've stopped Joker and Harley. Like they've been doing pretty well so far. And then I would have the League of Assassins start showing up in Gotham. The Batgirl and Robin try to take them on, but they're like 15 at this point, so no, they're not going to be able to beat the League of Assassins. Of course not. That's not realistic. They get their asses kicked by the League of Assassins. The League doesn't kill them though, because I don't think the League may be bad, but I don't think they kill two 15-year-olds. So they just kind of leave them, give them a warning, like stay the hell out of our way or whatever. Robin, pretty damn stubborn. He's like, hell no, I'm not going to stay out of the way. We're going to find out who the hell those guys are, and we're going to take them down. They track the League of Assassins to a warehouse. Ra's al Ghul's there. He says something along the lines of, like, this was the home of Batman. Now it will be my home or whatever. I will make this place the new base for League of Assassins, and Gotham will kneel to me. Just generic bad guy things, really. That's all I can say. Just generic bad guy things. Like, I'll burn the city, whatever. I mean, you're an assassin, dude. I don't know what more I can do with you here. So, Batman gets back up to the mountain, and he finds Talia, who did not go. It was only Nyssa who went. Nyssa in this is going to be very loyal to Ra's, and Talia not so loyal. Talia's more loyal to Batman than anything, because, you know, they gotta have a kid. So, I would have Talia help Batman. Batman came in on the plane, by the way, just so you know. She helps Batman get in the plane, tells him Ra's plan. Batman's like, you know, why the hell are you doing this? She kisses him, tells him, like, go stop your father, whatever. Batman doesn't question it. He's like, okay, I'm getting the hell out of here. Let me just get in that plane over there. So Batman gets back to the Batcave. He's still wounded. Alfred patches him up. Robin, Batgirl, and him share notes, you know, and then they take down the League of Assassins, burst through the warehouse, have a big cool fight scene. Batman looks like he kills Ra's. I would have him and Ra's go to like a bridge, and Ra's falls into the water, and then you're like, oh god, is Ra's dead? Of course he's not. He's Ra's al Ghul. So there you go. Also, during this battle, we're gonna have a very important moment here. Dick Grayson kisses Batgirl. That is the big thing. Now hold on with your pitchforks and knives. I know some of you DC fans out there might like Dick Grayson to be with Starfire. Well, I don't. I don't. But you know what? That's what you believe. That's fine. I'm not going to diss you for liking that. But just personally, me, I think Dick Grayson is better with Barbara Gordon. That's just me. If you like him at Starfire, that's completely fine. That's how you want it. I'm never going to diss someone for stuff like that. But just for my personal preference, I think he's better with Barbara. So there we go. So, yeah, him and Barbara are going to be a couple now. Wee funness. They're taking down the League. So there you go. The rest of the season would probably be more like that time skip stuff, except just the three of them, Robin, Batgirl, Batman, stopping crime. The season would... the season would end with... This is my big thing for the season ending, right? Okay, so we've had some time skips. Dick Grayson and Barbara are like, let's say 19 at this point now. And the big thing I would have for this finale is Dick Grayson quits being Robin. I would have it be like the animated series, which, oh god, I don't like talking about some stuff about the animated series, particularly when it comes to Barbara. If you watch the animated series and know the history about the animated series, you know why I probably hate talking about Barbara in that show. Oh god, they screwed that up so much. Oh my god. Why, Tim? Why did you do it? Anyway, so I would like to have the thing where Dick Grayson does the whole things change, I change speech. And then he punches Bruce. Unlike the animated series, where Barbara rushed to Bruce's aid, she tries to stop Dick from leaving, like when Dick is on like that ledge. You know, she's still shocked, frozen, because he just punched Bruce. She doesn't go to Bruce, she stays in her spot, and when Dick goes on the ledge, she tries to get over to him and grab him, but he jumps and leaves. So that's the season, and then it would end with like the Robin mask on the floor or something like that. Something symbolic or cool like that. So that's the end of season 5. Okay, so season 6. Season 6 is gonna be just Batgirl and Batman. I want you... They should reference Robin, Dick Grayson a bunch. Mainly how Barbara's upset that he's gone, because he hasn't reached out to her in... I would say 2 months. He hasn't reached out to Barbara at all. Bruce is a bit more brooding now, because his son just punched him in the face and says now he doesn't like him. Or something. So just Barbara and Bruce solving crime, and they're both pretty broody because Dick's gone, and Dick was very important to them. So, you know, for Bruce, Dick was his son. For Barbara, Dick was her boyfriend. No Jason Todd yet. There will be Jason Todd. I'm doing Jason Todd and Tim Drake, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry. I planned this out in my head. My weird ass crazy head. I planned this out. It may not be a good plan, but it's a plan nonetheless. So just be patient. I got this. So I don't actually know. I don't actually know when I can say more about season 6. It's just Batgirl and Batman being broody, solving crimes. Season 7 is the return of Dick Grayson as Nightwing. There's been a time skip. When we left season 5, they were both 19, I think. I think that's where I left it off. They were both 19 in season 5. Season 6, I would have maybe a year go by. They're 20. This time, another year, so they're both 21, Dick Grayson and Barbara, and Dick's Nightwing. I know, at a very early age, but just let this work, please. So, I would have Barbara, you know, she's been worried about Dick. She hasn't heard from him in, what, 2 years now? But she has heard of this costumed guy going around the city of Bloodhaven stopping criminals like Blockbuster, Clock King, who's another minor villain, Electrocutioner, Cheshire, you know, just not the highest profile of villains, but they're there nonetheless. And, you know, she kind of knows, she's like, that's where you've been. So she goes to visit Bloodhaven as Batgirl, and she meets Nightwing and all that. She asks him, what the hell, you haven't talked to me, whatever. Dick's like, you know, I don't know if I could, whatever, mushy, mushy, mushy. They make up, they're back together, whatever. She tries to get him to go back to see Bruce. He says no, because he's still not ready to face Bruce yet, but he is, I guess, happy to talk to her again, because they're together again, woo! So, I would have Dick Grayson team up with Batgirl and Batman, not every episode, but like every other episode. And then by the end of the season, you know, Nightwing and Batman, they've made up. You know, things will never be back to the way they were, but they've made up now, like, as much as they could. So that's really what I would have the thing happen. Oh, Nightwing's costume, by the way. I forgot to say this about the costumes. Come season, I would say season 3, after the Robin episode, Bruce's outfit is the iconic gray and black we all know and love, and it will be like that for the rest of the season. Batgirl's outfit, I imagine, like the black and gold / yellow. That's what I imagine for Batgirl. Dick Grayson as Robin is his new 52 one with the pants, because, oh, it'd be weird to animate that nowadays without him wearing pants. So he's going to be wearing the new 52 Dick Grayson outfit. As Nightwing, I want the blue. I don't like the red. I want the blue. He has short hair. He can grow his hair out over the course of the rest of the seasons. But yeah, no long hair now, Dick Grayson, because he had long hair, like down to his like ankles or something in the comics. Like he just refused to cut his hair. We're not doing that. The first episode of season 8 is the introduction to Jason Todd. You know, the whole ripping the tires off the Batmobile thing. That's what we're doing. So this is Jason's intro season. Jason would be about, how old was he? Was he 9 as well? We'll up it and say he's 11. We'll up it and say Jason's 11. So Jason joins the Bat family. He's the brash, arrogant asshole we all know, and some of us love. More time skips go by, boom, 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 boom. Dick and Barbara are still close as ever. Dick and Bruce's relationship has kind of gotten better over these time skips. And then there's Jason. Jason is 16 at this point by the time we get to the 2 final episodes. The 2 final episodes, though, here's what I thought of. I would have the penultimate episode be like the Batgirl DLC from Arkham Knight, which was titled The Matter of Family, but specifically the Nightwing 01 version, which is an awesome version. Now, stuff I would change. What are some stuff I would change? I would change the ending that he had to it. because the ending he had to it was Jason Todd goes missing. I would not do that. I would have Jason Todd still be around, you know, like kind of merge the original ending with his ending, where Robin and Batgirl and Batman beat Joker and Harley. That's really what I would have. And then the last episode, it's a dead giveaway by the title. It's Death in the Family. This is Jason's death. I would like to do a complete adaptation of the comic. Just because I think that'd be great. It's one of those iconic comic book moments, Death in the Family. So this would be really cool, I think, to do on, like, you know, motion picture. So yes, Jason dies at the end. So sad. And that's really what I would end the season, you know, where everyone being depressed that Jason Todd is dead. So this season, I would have the first episode to kick off this season be Killing Joke. Barbara's gonna get paralyzed, so no more Batgirl. We're not introducing Cassandra Cain or Stephanie Brown. I'm sorry. No Batgirl. Barbara was the only Batgirl. So she's shot by the Joker, and now Dick's pissed. He's like, he's pissed more because not only has he lost like his, sort of brother, now Joker just shot the woman he loved. Like, this is getting really, really out of control. So, how would we do this? You know the Killing Joke movie, how they screwed it up a bit? Let's not do that. Let's just have it be panel for panel. But add Nightwing in it a bit. Like, have Nightwing go, you know, Bruce, I want the Joker. He goes like, you know, Bruce, I want the Joker. He did this to Barbara. Batman goes like, no, I need to do this alone. You need to be there for Barbara. And all that. Dick reluctantly, you know, just like, alright, fine, but whatever. And then we do the whole Batman Joker meet at the amusement park. The whole one bad day thing with Gordon. You know, like the movie did it. But don't do the screwed up Batgirl story at the beginning. We don't need that because she's paralyzed. So that's how the season would start, and then I would introduce Tim Drake as Robin, who to me is the definite Robin of Tim Drake. So that would be basically the season, and of course, near the end of the season, we do Red Hood. Almost like the movie. The movie Under the Red Hood is like such a good adaptation of that comic book. Like, it's one of my favorite DC animated movies of all time, Under the Red Hood. So I don't know how we could top that. Because that is also pretty much just an adaptation of the comic. So I guess we'd have to just copy that in a way. But you know what I mean, you know. We can do the basic Jason Todd story of him coming back to life. This story I would like it to be Ra's al Ghul's Lazarus Pit. Not like... What are the other ways he's come back to life? The Arkham one had Joker fake his death. I think Jason Todd came back to life after like a punch that shook the earth. Was it a Supergirl punch or a Superboy punch that shocked the earth that caused him to come back to life? I can't remember. No, just we'll do the Lazarus Pit. So that's this season. Season 9. For season 10, I want every villain to have an episode. Every villain we've introduced. So at this point, people like Deathstroke and Mad Hatter and all that, like almost every Batman villain's been introduced at this point. Have them have an episode. One episode. Because this is the end. This is the last time you're going to see these characters. So let's give them an episode to say goodbye to. So Mr. Freeze, he gets his happy ending with Nora. Two-Face gets locked up. Poor Two-Face. But I would have him like start to come back to being like Harvey. Riddler, he's Riddler, throw him away. Scarecrow, throw him back in jail. Penguin's been caught. Don't do Joker though. Joker's the end. Like, Joker needs to be your final villain. Like, there's no doubt about that. It has to be Joker as the series finale. So the last episode comes. The big thing I would do is have both Joker and Batman die at the end of this. Like, they have a big fight, and they both die after the fight, because, like, blood loss or whatever. Like, Joker... I don't know if I want to have Batman kill Joker or not. That's really tough now. No, he won't kill Joker. He's Batman. He's not Ben Affleck murder Batman, or Frank Miller have Robin eat rats Batman. He's Batman. He is the Dark Knight. He is vengeance. He is the Knight. He is Batman. So Joker dies, and then shortly after that, Bruce dies. So that's it. That's not where we're ending it. That's just the big thing that happens in this episode. What I would then have is, the Bat family is like, the world needs a Batman. The world will always need a Batman. And Dick Grayson gets the idea. He's like, you're right. The world needs a Batman. And then we show, we pan up to this rooftop. It's all raining and, lightning and all that. And you see the Batman. And it's Dick Grayson in the Batsuit. And he's just standing over looking at Gotham. Oracle tells him, Oracle's checking in on him, have you had a busy day or whatever? And he goes it hasn't been that busy, but I think we're gonna make this a very important night tonight. And she goes, really? And then you see he takes out this, he's got a wedding ring in his utility belt, and he takes it out and opens it while he says that. And she goes, how so? And he goes oh well, you'll see when I get back or whatever. And then you hear an explosion, people are robbing a bank. He looks and he goes duty calls, turns off the comms, and he grapples away to save the day. So that's pretty much how I would have done a Batman show. I hit all the things I wanted. Dick Grayson and Barbara will probably get married in this universe. We had the three main Robins. Bruce Wayne, Batman. Got to introduce a bunch of villains that I really liked. I got to do the Calculator. Oh, the Calculator, man. They really should do that. I dare them to do my thing of the Calculator kidnapping people, and if you don't get his mathematical answer right, he'll shoot them. That's great. That's gold. I give you full permission, DC. I give you full permission to do it. Joker dying, Batman dying, that's something I knew if I was going to do a show I'd probably do right away. Joker needs to die at the end, Batman, Bruce Wayne needs to die at the end. I knew when I was thinking about this in my head, I'm like, Dick Grayson needs to be Batman by the end of this. Because Dick Grayson is my favorite character of all time. Superhero. I love Nightwing. I loved him as Batman. It's just, Dick Grayson is just one of the best characters to me. Not so much when he was Agent Grayson. That can be tossed away in the garbage. But just, I don't know. I can't really express my love for Dick Grayson. He's just the best. Robin. We're not gonna mention if Robin is still Tim Drake or if it's Damian at this point. I'll leave that ambiguous. But that's pretty much the end. I don't know how much more I can say. That's what I would do if I had a Batman show. Again, I'm not a writer. This is just me giving the basic pitch idea, general. If I were to run a Batman show, what would I do? So thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please consider subscribing, hit the like button and all that. And I will see you all for my next video.